Grand Rising everyone, this is Eldad Amara back with another video. And if you like this video, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe and share. And don't forget to hit the notification bell. That way every time I drop a new video, you will be notified of this. Now today, again, AI has been in the news. Why? Now they're talking about AI and the possibility of using AI in the National Health Service in England. In actual fact, they already start to use AI. But going back a few weeks ago, there was concerns about AI and AI taking over people's jobs and also having too much control themselves. That we need to start having some kind of regulations over AI because a lot of scientists and technocrats are worried that AI might start taking over. Right? It's learning at such a fast rate. Okay? You got to realize that artificial intelligence, yeah, which is AI, doesn't sleep. That thing, yeah, AI is running constantly. It never switches off and it's learning at an incredible rate. Now, as I said before, AI could be used for good or AI could be used for bad. It could be used for good or it could be used for bad. Just like you got a gun. A gun can be used for good or a gun can be used for bad. It's all dependent on the mind behind the gun. Right? Same thing with AI. It's all dependent on the mind behind AI. Some of these people, believe you me, you cannot trust them to have AI because some of them will act very unscrupulously. They will act very unscrupulously or unethically. So it all depends on whose hands, excuse me, it depends on whose hands AI is going to be in. Now, I definitely would agree with having AI to help with things like surgery. Because in England, since 2020, in actual fact before 2020, we start to have a massive build-up of waiting lists for people waiting to have operations, yeah, and have treatment. Alright? Something like 24,000, sorry. I know that we've had such a massive build-up of people waiting to have operations. And so now they're asking the question whether AI should be used more frequently within the NHS because there's so many people who are waiting for operations. I think they should. I think they should use AI. As I say, AI could be used for good or it can be used for bad. You see, in England, I should say, in the UK, there must be a waiting list at the moment for over 7 million people waiting for operations. Doctors and nurses, surgeons and consultants, they're getting really stressed out because the backlog is so huge in terms of people waiting for operations. I'm going to show you a video in a minute. I'm going to show you a video. And it's just amazing, man. Some of the stuff that AI can do. I tell you, AI has so much dexterity now, right? What I mean is they can pick things up that are extremely small, yeah? With these robotic arms. I tell you, it's amazing stuff. So yes, because of the strain on the NHS, I think we should have robots, yeah, to help to do the surgery. But the only thing that I worry about is that if AI starts being, if we become too dependent on AI, the thing is if we become too dependent on AI, a lot of people might start losing their jobs. A lot of people might start losing their jobs because at the end of the day, AI doesn't need to sleep. AI doesn't need pay. AI doesn't get sick. Yeah? these robots, these AI generated robots, they do not need sleep. They do not need food. They do not need money. They don't go on strike. So the thing is, in the end, will AI, we become so dependent on AI that it starts to take people's jobs. Now, this is the thing that really concerns me. So there has to be some form of balance. There has to be. I think that we cannot become over dependent on this thing. Anyway, I'm going to read you a quick statement. I'm going to read you this quick statement by a consultant, and he's also a surgeon. And he says, as the waiting lists increase, unless we have more access to this kind of instrumentation, we cannot do our job. He's talking about AI, yeah, AI robots. If we still have the same capacity as we did before the pandemic, we are just going to fail. We are just going to fail. So listen, yes, I do think we need to have more AI, yeah, robots to do surgery, because the waiting list is massive. If you see some of the operations that some of these AIs have done, right, these robots, man, it is incredible. It is incredible. And as I said before, AI doesn't need sleep, doesn't need food, doesn't need to go on strike, yeah, doesn't need money, and it can work much more quickly than human beings. Let me read this also to you. Robotic surgery using about 4% of all operations worldwide. The number of robotic surgery by the NHS has increased by about a third. 24,647,000. 24,647 operations between 2018 and 2019 to 2021 to 22, 35,609 operations by robots. Okay? And they say that the waiting list is at a record high. The waiting list is at 7,300,000. 7,300,000 in the UK. So I can see for definite there's going to be more AI operations under the NHS. When I say AI, what I'm referring to is robots, yeah? Because robots are generated by AI. I'm going to show you a video now, and I want you to watch, man.
This is our surgical robot, Hugo, and today's patient is a red pepper. And this is the console that we're going to use to control Hugo. Can you show me how it works? Of course. I'll need to put on my glasses so that I can see everything in 3D. It's very much like using your wrists, but inside the body, so you can perform very fine-grained actions.
So if this was a human's organ rather than a pepper, what benefits are they getting?
They're getting the benefits of very precise instrument control, so that I can be very deliberate with my actions, and hopefully preserve as much of the healthy tissue as possible.
But it is you in control, not the robot.
Completely it's the surgeon that's in control of all of the actions.
So this isn't AI surgery?
Not yet.
At £1.5 million, Hugo is cheaper than the systems which are already in use.
So can I take it for a spin then? 100%. Just first try grasping a seed, one close by.
The 3D is so good, isn't it, in terms of being able to get the depth perception. And mirroring exactly what my wrist does.
That's right. But on a much finer scale.
Yeah.
And in a much smaller environment.
Back in theatre, not only is Hugo sharing the video footage with colleagues to help with teaching, but artificial intelligence is learning and labelling what's happening.
The first step of actually starting to have a robot that will help you is that the robot needs to know where it is and what it's doing. And this is the first step of it actually showing you where it is in the operation.
Kidney removed, Hugo and Ben's work is done.
Surgery went really well. Extremely good robot. Very, very good vision. Very dexterous. I think it's got a big impact potentially for the wider NHS. Not many people are using robotics. And because this system is easy to pick up and cheaper than the standard system that is existing already, there is a much greater potential to roll that out.
Worldwide, robots are estimated to be used in about 4% of all operations. In England, the number of robotic procedures carried out by the NHS has increased by about a third in the last 4 years to nearly 36,000. But that's dwarfed by the number of people awaiting treatment, currently a record high 7.3 million.
As the waiting lists increase, unless we have more access to this kind of instrumentation, we can't do our job. If we have the same capacity as we did before the pandemic, we are just going to fail.
Rob, do you want to have a look at your scar?
Not at all, a pleasure.
Rob was one of the first patients to have his prostate removed by Hugo.
2 scars there and there. And back in the day, that would have been a continuous scar.
He left hospital just a day after his operation.
Well, it's a no-brainer. If you need surgery and it is possible to have robotic surgery, have robotic surgery.
Wow! Did you just see that? Did you just see that? Amazing! Amazing! What some of these robots can do. You see the dexterity skills? Yeah? How AI, yeah, these AI robots can pick up little grains of pepper, yeah? Little seeds. Little pepper seeds. You see that? Amazing. And guess what? These things are still learning. So you can imagine what it'd be like in about 15, 20 years, man, with the amount of skill and precision of these robots. It's amazing. But what I'm afraid of, and I just got to say this, right? There's 2 things. Number 1, AI taking over all of our jobs. AI taking over our jobs. And number 2, that you got some people, trust me, they're unscrupulous, they're unethical people, and they could use this technology adversely, not for the good of mankind, but use it to probably try and even eliminate us, right? Try and eliminate us, take us off the planet. And this is what I'm afraid of. Imagine if somebody who's got the mind of someone like Hitler, okay, what they could use this technology for. You got some unscrupulous people on this planet, and this is what I'm afraid of, that these unscrupulous people might use this technology adversely, and not for the good of man, but to try and eradicate some of us, or all of us. AI is good, okay? Robots are good when they're used properly, when they're used safely, when they're regulated. But there are some unscrupulous people out there, and they're talking about there's too much people on this planet. They're saying that there's way too many people on this planet. Could they use this technology adversely? This is Eldad Amara, over and out. And don't forget to hit the notification bell. That way, every time I drop a video, you'll be notified of this. Don't forget to share my video with other people also. Get the message out there. Thank you, Eldad Amara.